Hey, this your girl DeeDee.
And this your girl Chanta.
And this is
The Block.
Well.
We back at it again, huh?
We back again.
Prime time, baby.
I guess so.
Hey.
Because we back.
Like never before.
I'm a little hot with this on.
You know, but you look nice. I like that blouse.
I appreciate that. You look nice. You know, that's normally me right there, the white.
I wish I could have on black right now. You know that.
I think we both want to rather have on black.
Yeah. But we got to step out in a little color, you know, shine a little bit.
Yeah, we try to go with the seasons on this show. We try to go with the seasons. So when it comes, now the last episode, we had a little black. We had a lot of black in there. And, you know, that wasn't the original plan, but it just happened that way. And it worked.
It worked real good.
It worked real good. we really liked the way we looked in the last episode. But, yeah, y'all done already saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So last episode.
Last episode was a great topic. Like, it was intriguing. You know,
definitely.
The things that he said, you know, he spoke big and confident on God. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the most amazing things to hear from him, a black man being incarcerated for so long, being characterized by the system as a monster, you know, and to come back and sit on the block and just give us his story, his insight, and basically we were able to see how intelligent he was, to be able to study law and you know, help other black men, the young generation. You know, that was a good episode.
It was amazing. Just listening to his story about how God moved for him.
Yeah, God moved him, baby. He moved quick too for him.
Amazing. But today's episode,
yes,
we have another male on the show for you guys today.
Y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready.
We have
y'all
an
better
OG.
get ready. A real OG. Y'all better get ready.
Y'all better get ready. So while y'all get ready, Chanta gonna bring the wine out, and we gonna allow our guest to introduce himself to y'all. But y'all grab y'all water, soda, wine, whatever it is that y'all drink, whatever it is, and come on back, and let's get this story.
Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna introduce the wine of the day. I've been hearing, first and foremost, a lot of people talk about this. This is my first time trying it, but I'm gonna see. Y'all know y'all be hyping stuff up, and it don't be the hype, but I'm gonna see. So we decided to go with this. What it is, XXL.
The famous.
Woo!
The famous XXL.
So I'm gonna see how that works, you know.
But what flavor that is you got?
It's a strawberry and grapes. So that might be a little good combination. Let me see.
Now I done heard the people.
Red strawberries is what it says.
Let me see. I don't drink now, but I done heard the people talk a lot about it.
Yeah, they done hyped it up, so, you know.
But the thing that they said, what it got me is, they say it's wine, but it's really not wine. That's what the people say. They say it get you there.
Well, we don't know. We'll see. And it's red. Ready? You know, I like red.
You like red. Red make you feel grown.
Red make you feel grown. You can relax. Sleep it off.
Well, in that case then, honey.
Let me pour me a glass. You ready?
Yeah, let's pour it off. We doing things a little different on this episode. We're gonna go ahead and pour our drink, and then we're gonna allow our guest to introduce himself.
Y'all know she don't drink, so I gotta be light with her.
That's it, baby. You
can fake it.
Don't waste that XXL. Look, y'all heard what people say about that wine.
What you say? Don't waste this, baby.
Yeah, don't waste that, honey. All right, now let's get into today's guest.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tito Mallory. I'm here on the block today, just cooling with my fam, Chanta and DeeDee. Here, you know, just hopefully we can, you know, talk about these streets and where I came from, and hopefully just inspire somebody, some young man or some young woman today.
Tito, Uncle Tito.
What's up?
You on the block with us today?
Yeah, I'm on the block. Never
Hanging out.
Hanging out on the block.
Hanging out on the block. Yeah, good to be on the block.
I know that's right. Good
on the good block.
On the good block.
I know that's right.
Holy ground block.
I know that's right.
Great purpose. You hear me? Yes.
I know that's right. Well, we're glad to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here. Family.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you, about your upbringing coming up.
My upbringing was, I can honestly say that growing up, I was product of a single mother, but my mother, she was a great woman, very intelligent woman, and she instilled in me a lot, but it was another side of her that, she wasn't in the street, but she knew how the street worked, so at an early age, she taught me about trust and, loyalty. So my upbringing, I had a pretty good life. It never wanted for anything, never, went to bed hungry, never yearned for love. It was a close-knit family, and she was very overprotective.
And how many of you is there?
It was 5 of us in the same house.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what number were you?
I was the baby. I'm the baby boy.
The baby.
Yeah. Yeah, the baby boy. Yeah.
The baby boy.
Yeah.
So what it is? Three sisters.
Yeah, it was
and one
3
brother.
sisters and 1 brother. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last of the dying breed, huh?
Last. Yeah.
So was you the aggravating little brother?
Nah,
You thought you was the big brother?
Nah, me and God bless her soul, me and my sister Keita, we just always, we was like Pinky in the brain. I was the short one, she was the tall one, but I always said I was gonna be the one to take over the world. But God bless her soul. I had a wonderful, wonderful young sister. She was very protective of me too. Yeah.
Them sisters don't play about their brother, because I can speak on that. I don't play about my brothers.
Oh yeah, my sisters kill us about me.
I don't play. I know. I don't play about my brothers.
So going on, you had a good upbringing. So tell us about when you jumped off the porch.
Well, my experience with jumping off the porch, I probably was about 17. 16. And, things changed because we moved from one area of town to another area of town. But prior to moving, and I can tell everybody, Hilltop, prior to us moving to Hilltop, it was like a sheltered life. So I respect the move that my mom made at that particular time, because funds had changed. So she did what she could at that moment, and we ended up moving to Hilltop, and that's when things began to change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us about it?
When we first moved to Hilltop, it was just like any other kid. We played basketball. We walked the gateway. We any other childhood. And you know some friends that know some friends that know some friends, and then one thing lead to another, and then we started doing like little petty stuff, and then after the little petty stuff was no longer exciting, then here come the height of the crack era, so it was nothing to go outside and get involved in this. It wasn't like you had to sign up for it,
Right.
All you had to do was show up, and you could easily, make you some quick money.
So making the quick money, how did that go?
My thing about the quick money, it was never to fuel an extravagant lifestyle. When you see your mom struggling and you see different things that need to be done just around the house, it's something, especially if you're a provider by nature, you're gonna wanna see your family do better.
Right.
And the problem, the gift and the curse of that was I was able to go out and make the money, but my mother was never in agreement.
Yeah.
So even though things was turning, she never would settle down and accept the fight. That's what I wanted to do, And I get it and I understand, as a mother, you never want to see your child, because I didn't understand the game I was in. But you know, her coming from her childhood and being raised on Murder Avenue when it wasn't, it was better than it is now. But she knew Old Hustlers and Old Pleasant. She knew their demise. So her thing is she didn't want that for her son.
Right.
So you know, bringing a couple of dollars in the house wasn't appealing to her having to bury her son.
Right.
Yeah. Matter of fact, she told me that a couple of times. Yeah.
So, I mean, doing that, did that cause you into trouble?
Yeah, it caused a lot of trouble, you know, because I was certified as an adult for drugs at 17 years old. And, you know, 17 years old going into a grown man courthouse, you know, that was traumatizing for me. And I can imagine even more traumatizing for my mother.
Right.
You know, but you know, I G'd up and I didn't talk, I didn't tell, but I really didn't understand the game that I was in. You know, I'm a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you do time?
I ended up they wanted to give me 5 years, and
As a 17-year-old?
as a 17-year-old, and I ended up pleading with my mom because the guys that I was hustling with, they went and told her, you know, tell Tito don't, you know, this or that. We got him. So she ended up saying, you know, well, he's gonna learn. And I ended up, you know, I think it was like 9 months, and I had like 2 weeks on the street. So, you know, even at that, God still blessed me not to go to prison, you know. So that was one monster I never wanted to face.
I know
that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right. So who is tell us about Johnny.
Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Yeah. Johnny was my best friend. You know, we met, you know, as boys, and you know, even though my life had changed and I was, you know, in I wouldn't necessarily say like a bad project, because Hilltop was Hilltop, you know, but he was from a more suburban area. So him and I met in school, and we became like closer than brothers, you know, and I introduced him to the streets. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So y'all friendship, y'all was best friends.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit more about him and what happened to him.
We was man, 2 peas in a pod. I mean, I could talk to you family, you seen him, you seen us, you know, and just like any other you know, two people, guys, you know, we tried the good boy things, and you know, after a while, you know, you always, and I wouldn't say always, but you start to get influenced by what you're around. So you know, it's hard to tell guys, okay, well, go make such and such an hour when you seeing guys making triple that, you know, in one day. So we just basically got to the point we put our heads together and said, okay, well, man, let's try this. And you know, we did that for a while, and I'm not gonna sit and say, you know, we was bringing 100 keys in or nothing like that right there, but we lived a decent life. You know, we took care of business, and you know, and then taking care of your business, certain things come along with that. You know, you don't have it don't matter what level of the game you in, it always still presents it. You know, it's
the higher you go up, though, it's more.
Yeah.
Just as the same as, you know, when you go, is what is the saying? New levels bring new devils.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you know, we did that, and then you know, he wanted to take it up a notch, and we were just at that level of you know, taking care of business, and it was time, you know, to take it up a notch. And for some strange reason, I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I don't want this no more. I want better for myself. So when the opportunity presented itself to really take it up a notch, I told him, you know, hey man, you know, you can get it from here, you know. And we went through the growing pains of that, but to make a long story short, you know, at this particular time I had got into what I really wanted to do, and that was be a mortician. So getting in my trouble didn't allow me to be a mortician, but it allowed me to work at the funeral home. So in working at the funeral home, you know, and him getting killed, I helped prepare his body, dressed him for his funeral, and drove him to the church for his funeral. And that was one of the most devastating things in my life. That's like, besides my dealing with my mother and my sister's death, and every death is different, but dealing with his death really traumatized me, because that was somebody I was with every single day, and to be with him every single day, to, you know, not having him at all really traumatized me, you know. And you have survivor's remorse, because I introduced him to the streets, and I was trying to introduce him to what I felt like was better for me. But it's hard to tell the person, you know, well, try it this way when you got, you know,
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's tough.
yeah, that really is, and I can feel you on that, because my brother was murdered in 2007, and I dropped him off where he was murdered at. So I went through that of blaming myself, like, you know, like basically I took him there. If I would have took him on another route, maybe he would still be here, you know. And that eventually, you know, once I made a pact or truth with the situation, which I'll never get over it, but I made a pact of truth with it to be able to cope with life and to understand that it's nothing I could have done. It was already written. It was going to happen.
Exactly.
So it's not my fault.
Exactly. Yep.
So I truly understand where you were coming from on that end.
So when you got out the streets and you started doing what you wanted to do, what you dreamed of doing, was it hard at first?
It was hard, because I wouldn't say hard. It was challenging, because the funeral business is just like the streets, you know, and sometimes it's even more cutthroat than the streets, because you got everybody grabbing for a level of success. You know, you got one funeral home won't bury a body for less than this, and then you got the other funeral home that. So, you know, it's basically another hustling game, you know, and not to put the funeral business in the caliber of hustling, but you got some people that's what it is, you know.
It's a hustle for them.
Yeah, and then you got the funeral directors, and you got the funeral firms that take their business as a ministry, you know, and they're gonna do everything they can to minister to a family. So, you know, you got those two sides of the game as well.
I know it got to take a lot to, you know, become a mortician, to be able to be the one, pick up the bodies and get them ready for their families and ride them. Like, you strong.
Yeah, you gotta be strong.
You strong. You strong, especially, you know, your mom, your sister, your friend. To have to, that's like the detectives. You know, they're human as well, and they have to go to a scene and end up it's their family members or something. They have to intake that. That's a lot. That's a lot for a human to have to deal with.
I mean, I definitely won't minimize the involvement and the pain that you feel, you know. And just to clarify, I'm not a licensed mortician, but I am definitely a funeral professional. And sometimes my work goes beyond what the normal mortician does, because even as a funeral professional, I've had to sit down with my friend's mother. You know, I buried, I mean, countless. I've dressed most of my friends for their funeral, you know, and drove them to to their church that held their service.
And that gotta be hard.
Oh man,
that gotta be hard. Just the driver, and you know, you gotta be there with the family, and you driving, and you just like, is it like a daze that you go in for a second and be like, this is the reality.
Yeah.
This is the reality.
You definitely have those days. And you know, it was kind of crazy because when I first got into the mortuary business, it was like 1 foot still in the street and 1 foot doing that. And you see what you do to your community. You see what I'm saying? You see, and you see the different side of things, because you got a guy that was killed, and you see the whole hood looked up to this guy, and he died with everything he had in his pocket. You see what I'm saying? His mom didn't even have enough money to bury him. So you see that side of the game too, and it's just like, you know, man. But you know, I learned a lot. Still learning. You know?
Okay. And you recently lost your mom.
Yes.
That had to be tough.
Well, not to minimize her death, but she prepared me so much for it. You know, we had every conversation that a mother and a son could have, and my take on that was knowing the life that I was living. She got a chance to see me with a good run, you know, and with that good run, I was able to love on her. And my main thing that I thought was, you know, I'm not talking to my sisters, trying to figure out how it's looking. I'm right there with her. So being there when she passed was more therapeutic than the pain I felt.
That's a great way to put it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I was like, wow.
Yeah. So you know, we didn't think God was picking on her or picking on us. You know, we had a wonderful mother. So
you can tell.
I just thank God for her being our mother. You know, and we didn't have to do nothing extra. We didn't have to, you know, all we had to do was make sure she was fine, and that was good, because the love was shown while she was living.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
1, 2, 3.
Well, you know, a lot of kids, because they lack that motherly love, they run and try to find love other sources, which is the streets. And some, unfortunately, they get a hold to the wrong people that mislead them, misguide them. And you know, a lot of our children are leaving here because of that. You know, like, they're getting hooked up with different people to try to have validation of who they are. So, you know, that's the motherly love is the number one thing. That's the number one thing. You know, they say it starts in the household, and I'm very overprotective of my children. Like, he turned that phone GPS off, because I check it randomly. You know, because the life that we're living in, the times that we're living in today, you got to. So I check his GPS all the time to make sure he still got it on. And if it's off, baby, I get nervous, DeeDee. I will go find you. I will go I got a chip instilled in you, boy. I will come find you, because you got to be like that. Like, so that motherly love, that's amazing.
It's important.
It's very important.
Yeah, it's very important.
Very important. Ooh. So how many children you have?
I have 4 biologically, and I have 4 that I inherited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about having your first child and how that was. How was that?
Having my first, what most people don't understand is I learned how to sell drugs before I learned how to have safe sex. So, you know, just being a kid, I had my first child at about 17 years old. I have a wonderful daughter, Tequila Mallory. That right, having her was the seed of change, because I understood that as a father, I would have to be around for guidance. You know, and my love for my children is strong. So I understood at a young age that I had to do something to, even though my life didn't start changing right then, but I grew up conscious.
Right.
Because I have a daughter now,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I think that kind of like would always play in the back of my mind, no matter what I was doing. I got to make it home to my daughter, you know.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So how is Tequila?
Oh, she great, man. She ventured off for a little while, but she you know, we talk a lot more than we did in the past, and she's doing great, and
That's
she
good.
yeah, God is definitely making some changes in her life. Yeah.
That's great.
Now what about old Tanisha?
Oh, Tanisha,
That's my daddy.
Yeah, that's the
That's the mama.
Yeah, that's the she the hey, you know, you gotta love her, you gotta respect her. She
the mama though.
Yeah, she just she love her family.
So you ever look at her and be like, who is the parent, me or you?
You know, she always say some good stuff, and hopefully that I hope and pray that, you know, my guidance to her, she feel the same. But I know at the end of the day, whatever she's saying, it's all love. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she sometimes she may be a rough in her delivery, but I know it's all love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a prayer warrior.
Oh yeah. She gonna pray us through.
Yes, she is.
She gonna pray us through
all the time.
Yeah. Yep, she gonna pray us through.
So now we done spoke on Tanisha, Tequila. The other ones might get a little jealous. You gotta throw them in there. You got to throw Adria, Latito, and the other one.
Yeah. Well, Latito, a man couldn't ask for a better son. You know, my son is a splitting image of me. You know, he gonna get to the money. He don't really he like minimum confrontation. You know, and sometimes that could be a gift and a curse because he just like his daddy. You know, and he's a great son. And Drill, you know, Drill is Drill. You know, I raised her since she was 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, she hasn't been nothing less than one of my biological. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Drill, you know, and you know, that's that. Yeah.
Tito fine though. Little Tito?
Yeah.
He a fun guy.
Yeah.
He don't give you no problem.
No, he just like his dad. You know, he gonna get to the money. You know, just go on do what he can do, and that's it.
He always want to play jokes and pranks and.
Just like his dad. Just like his dad. Yep. Just like his dad.
Lord, what you know, show some. What is a tribute to the children?
Yeah.
To the grown children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're a papa.
I'm a papa.
How that feel?
Well, I have three grand. Let me see. Ira and Junior, they were inherited grandkids, but they're my grandkids. Anybody who come around them know I love them just like they're mine. Mm-hmm. And I like they come from my loins. But I think with
Twan.
Yeah, Twan is Twan. That was my first grandson. So me and him, we share a special bond. He be trying to thug it, but I calm him down. But I think what really changed me as far as grandfather mode was my granddaughter. And not that I don't love any of my grandchildren more than her, but when you have something from you, it is definitely a difference. Not in the way you love them, but she's a representation of the future for me. You know, because even though you have inherited kids and inherited grandkids, it's nothing like looking at the future. That and that's the reality of it, you know. Yeah. And because at the end of the day, everybody gonna do their own thing, you know. And it's just like the 4 kids that I inherited, I they respect me, and I respect them, and thank God that it really hasn't been a difference of not respecting me like their father. You know, each of us have our own relationship with each other, and I have a beautiful daughter, Janaya. She's you know, she's just like, because I came in her life when she was in, I think, 2nd grade, and we've had our ups and downs as far as
2nd grade.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had our ups and downs as far as life, but she really embraces me like, you know, I'm her biological father. So I've been blessed with some great kids. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I have 3 other gentlemen that I inherited as sons, you know, Job, Jamon, and Jimmy. You know, one thing I could say is, you know, God has blessed us with a mutual respect for each other. You know, it's been some rocky roads, but we got past those things, and they know that I only want the best for them. You know, and sometimes as a father, I look at, you know, them and being in my shoes. You know, and you know, we've maintained, you know, what we can maintain. It's been a lot of rocky, you know, situations, but I can say they respect me as their father.
That's great. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what it's about.
And you know, one thing I try to teach my children, all of them, is that, you know, your faith. I had this thing where I say your position determines your condition, and your faith is what's going to carry you further than anything you can do. And that's the one thing I inherited from my mother. You know, she taught us faith, and being loyalty. You know, building loyalty towards your Creator, and that has served me more good than anything that I can honestly say that I've done. Just, you know, having a relationship with God, and doing what you can do in ministry for God. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, we thank you for coming on the show with us today.
Yeah, I thank y'all for having me.
Tell the people where they can find you. Also, let them know the funeral home, if they need some services.
Yeah, I'm part of the management team of Southview Mortuary. Dr. Melton and Mrs. Victoria Melton, they have 3 beautiful, wonderful kids. Dr. Melton Jr., Precious, and Darrell. I met them, and I met Mr. Daughtry like 10 years ago, and I told my wife, I said, next time me and that guy meet, we're gonna be friends. And we've been friends since then. And he brought me on as, you know, management, and I'm happy. You know, it's definitely been a great opportunity. You know, we got some big things in the making, and we look forward to what the future holds for us.
Okay. And where y'all located now, and where are y'all going?
We're in Waycross now, and we have several locations on the map. Okay. But we definitely got our eyes on Jacksonville. You know, that's home.
Jacksonville.
Yeah. So you know, it's a process, but it's a process that you have to be strategic. Right. You can't just say, I'm going to put up a funeral home like you do a corner store. You definitely got to be strategic in it. Yeah.
Can you give the name so that they'll know? Because you've carried a lot of people here in Jacksonville, Florida. So let them know where you are now, because people probably looking for you.
Yeah.
And let's say that name again.
Yeah, if you need funeral services, and if the unexpected should happen, you can look me up at Southview Mortuary, southviewmortuary.com. We have 4 locations: Adel Mortuary, Waycross, and Tifton, Georgia. Yeah, right. The tri-state.
All right. What about social media? You want to be found on social media?
My social media is Tito Mallory, and I'm on Facebook. That's the only social media platform I'm on.
Okay. All right. All right, well, thank you again for
Thank you.
joining us on the blog.
Yes.
How do I feel to be on the blog?
Yeah.
Well, it's family. It's home for me. So,
know that's
you know,
right.
I would consider myself a guest, you know.
Y'all, this Uncle Tito. This
Yeah.
Uncle Tito. And we got Mrs. Mallory in the background. But all right. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
So, how did you feel about that episode?
I feel really good. Really good about the episode. Like he said, it was home.
Yeah, he felt comfortable here.
Yeah, we was relaxed. He was relaxed. We was on the block.
We was hanging out.
On the block.
He shared some great things,
Oh, yeah.
some great stories, and the whole mortuary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like to have to drive your friend,
Your friends, family
from,
members.
you know, and to see his body, and you know, you had to get him ready and all kind of. You know.
Takes a strong mind.
That take a strong person
Mhm.
to endure. Like he said, it traumatized him, and like you say, he just had to relive those moments of his real good friend. That's deep.
That is. It is.
I really enjoyed that.
I definitely
show.
enjoyed it. Comment down below and let us know how you guys felt about this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're going to catch y'all on the next one.
And if y'all got a story that y'all want to share, like we always say, turning your pain into purpose. You can always feel comfortable with the blog. You can hit me, Chanta Nicole, on Facebook, or Chanta_Nicole on Instagram, as well as
DeeDee Corbitt on Facebook, and it's DeeDee Corbitt on Instagram. And also you could email us at podcasttheblog@gmail.com. And also we have another co-host. If you guys have already been here, you already know Sandra Abrams on both platforms, Facebook and Instagram. Catch you guys on the next episode of The Blog.